Why colleges and universities are a scam? Well, quite the bold video title here, I'm very well aware of that, but if you're someone who's seeking to become very content with their way they're making a living for the rest of their lives, right, and you're considering colleges or universities as a potential option, then this video is meant to give you a little bit of a different light away from the mainstream narrative, and I hope it really kind of makes your brain think a little bit more whether or not this is really the right choice. So, that being said, let's get started.
Have you ever wondered whether there's more to life than a boring dead-end 9-to-5 job? Have you ever dreamed about breaking free, traveling the world, making good money, and just enjoying life? No more office dress code, no morning commute, no boss. This channel is for you, so here's to your freedom.
All right, welcome back to the channel. Max Tornow here. We're sitting here in our little home/home office, and colleges are a scam because simply they're overpriced and they're giving you too little value. This is especially important if you're someone living in the US where you have to pay for college or university yourself most of the time. But even if you live in another country where you might not have to pay for everything yourself, the opportunity costs are too high. The time that you're spending in there is just too much. It's not effective enough. Okay, especially in times like these, you may have heard this, but Harvard is literally charging the full price of $49,000 a year for 2 semesters of home study. All right, so you're not even going to the campus anymore. Now they're charging the same for the home study, I mean, you might as well learn from your home for a program that does not cost you $49,000 for 2 semesters that you can also learn from home. Right? And I'm not even saying universities are evil, and the owners of the university are laughing their way to the bank and they're just counting your money, ha ha ha. No, not at all. It's simply an outdated system and it is not effective. All right? You got to understand that. Why is it an outdated system? Well, especially if you want to learn how to build a business, which I'm assuming because you're following this channel, everything that they're teaching is just outdated. I mean, nowadays with most of businesses being done online or at least partially online, it's all moving so fast. By the time a university professor who might not even have real life experience of building their own business, by the time that professor is coming up with a new plan of teaching you the newest up-to-date strategy for the internet and using social media, by the time he's coming up with that new plan, it has to be approved by the board. The whole semester or trimester has to be planned out. I mean, even if that professor is working really, really fast and well, it might take even a year minimum until that new program that should be on the pulse of time is actually being taught to you as the student. And that's a very, very long time. I mean, if I would teach you the things that were up to date 2 years ago, they wouldn't even help you as much nowadays anymore, right? And that's actually also one thing that we're doing with our programs. We continuously keep those up to date. And I'm feeling very sorry for professors who have to go all these longer ways to make sure that their programs are up to date. And that is even assuming that they even want to keep it up to date. That's even in their own best interest, which is usually not the case, right? So it is very outdated. It's also not effective, not from a price point. If you think about it, what do you actually pay for when it comes to university or college? Well, of course you're paying for the professors who are teaching you. Of course you're paying for the books that are teaching you. But again, books most likely outdated. But you also pay for the reception staff. You pay for the buildings. You pay for the maintenance of these buildings. You're paying for, the historical value of some of these universities out there. All this is stuff that you're paying for that doesn't really have any benefit for you, the student, right? But yet it costs you all this extra money. And that's a very, very bad thing. And that is why I believe that most colleges and universities are a scam, but it depends on what you want to be doing. More on that in a second, all right? If you haven't done so yet, go give me a follow on my Instagram account. I can highly recommend you. On my Instagram account, I'm posting value nuggets on how to build a business. I'm also trying to show a little bit of the counterbalance to all the whack influencers that are out there that are just showing the great life. You literally see me working many times on my Instagram as well, on top of having the cool lifestyle. So I kind of want to show you that you have to work hard in order to get where you want to be. I'm trying to give an objective of a view as possible on my Instagram account. I'm also replying to all DMs. I'm doing multiple live streams on there per week. I'm doing Instagram Q&As in the stories and so on and so forth. Highly recommend you joining it. Also, feel free to join our other Instagram account, which is the Freedom Business Mentoring Instagram account. This is where we're posting about our most successful clients. We're posting value nuggets on there daily as well. Really highly recommend both Instagram accounts to give you a follow. It's free value. It's a no-brainer. If you have your phone on there already, we can show both accounts right now. If you have your phone in your hand, you can give a follow right now. Now, what is the other reason why colleges are a scam, or universities for that matter? Well, people often kind of scam themselves because they're going to college or university for the wrong reason. And that kind of brings me to what I've mentioned earlier. Ask yourself, what are your goals? Because if you want to become a scientist, you say, hey, I want to do research, I want to write scientific papers, I want to be, in the scientific community, then by all means, college and university are the by far best choice. Highly recommend you going there and staying there as long as you possibly can, right? If your goal is to become a lawyer, perfect. Obviously, university is going to be the right choice, right? Katrina is a lawyer. She's going to university right now, and that's great, right? There's no other way to become a lawyer than university. So you have to understand that. But most people actually end up going to college or university for the wrong reasons. Number one, everybody does it, right? And that was the same reason why I initially went to university to study Latin and English. It was just kind of this thing. Everybody in high school started to continue to go to university or college. So I'm like, okay, I'll do it as well, I guess. Right? Some people do it because of pressure from their parents, right? Their parents want to brag with their kids. My kid is going to so-and-so university. My kid made it in, right? Maybe that's not actually something that you want to be doing, but you're doing it just to not disappoint your parents, right? There's just no better option, right? It's like, I don't know what else I'm going to do. Let me just go to college or university. Instead of maybe spending a day or a weekend in introspection of actually asking yourself, what is it that I really want from this life? Instead of, exposing yourself to your inner thoughts, you just go to college for a couple of years because you don't know what else you want to be doing. It's not a good option either, right? Societal pressure, society may dictate it to you. Obviously, everybody feels societal pressure differently and to a different scale. But maybe you feel like, hey, I'm supposed to go to college. If I don't have a college degree, people might think I'm stupid, and so on and so forth. All these external reasons are not really reasons why you should be going to college or university. Ask yourself, right? And that's the big important point here. What are your goals in life? What do you want to be doing in your life? Again, do you want to be a scientist? Good, go to college. You want to be a lawyer? Good, go to college. You want to be a doctor? Good, go to college. Perfect, right? But there's so many people that message me on Instagram every day or via email, or people that I meet just at events, and they're saying, I'm going to college, I'm studying business or something like that. My big dream is to become free, to have my own business, to enjoy the freedom lifestyle. Then I'm like, why are you at university? You have nothing to do there. It's not going to get you to your goals. I mean, how many people do you maybe know that have studied business development or business management? They don't know anything about building a business. Most of the time it's outdated. People that study marketing, right? It's always outdated, and it does not help you at all with building a business. All right. Sure, some people might argue, well, it doesn't hurt going there, and absolutely doesn't hurt you. But at the same time, it's not necessary, and you could use that time and energy that you're investing in college into just building your own business. Right? Because again, college is usually not focused on helping you build your own business. Is there any college course out there that is saying like, hello students, in this semester we're going to build your own business. We're going to help you make your first 4 to 5 figures a month from scratch. No, it's usually a bunch of theory that is outdated, taught by a bunch of professors who have never built their own business themselves. And if they have, oftentimes it's an older model that doesn't even apply to nowadays standards anymore. So I invite you to think about what it is that you want to be doing in your life. I want you to go into introspection and ask yourself, what is the type of income that I want to have? How do I want to create that income? Where do I want to be living? With whom do I want to be living? Who are the people that I'm spending time with? And so on and so forth. And really ask yourself if college or university is the right choice for you. And I really would like to invite you to think about the bullet points that I've been giving to you here in this wonderful video. So that being said, I want to thank you very much for watching. If you say, I want to build my own freedom business, I want to become my own boss, that sounds like something very, very interesting, you can head over to my website. I'm going to put a link down in the description below, freedombusinessmentoring.com. You can book a free consulting call on there. You can read a little bit through the information that is on that website for free. It kind of tells you a little bit more what it is that you need in order to build your own business entirely from scratch. It is focused on beginners, on people that have no idea how to get started, on people that might feel lost, might feel a little overwhelmed by all the different options that are out there. It's meant to just kind of streamline your thought process a little bit, and you can highly check it out. I can recommend you that. And if you read through that page and this all sounds great, you can always book a free consulting call on that page as well. On the bottom of that page, you find an application form. You can fill that out. It takes you 2 minutes to fill that out, and then you can book a free consulting call with us. You'll be speaking to a real person, all right? This is not an automated bot funnel or anything like that. You're not gonna be talking to to like a voicemail or something like that. You'll be literally talking to a real person, and we can maybe help you get started with your own business. Very, very simple. So thank you very much for watching. I really, really appreciate you, and talk soon. Bye-bye.
Hey guys, so here's my testimonial video. I'm now 7 weeks in. I got my first close for 1.2K. And then 2 days ago, I got my second close for 1.5K. So here we go. My background is kind of funny because I did everything Max says in the videos that you should do. I started my own company. I worked from November to July, 10 to 12 hours a day, not making any money, just getting exhausted. Now, 7 weeks into this program, doing exactly what the coaches been saying, I've been making over 3K in 7 weeks. Just want to say thank you to all the coaches and keep crushing it.